Hello, hello, hello. This is Coach Ken, Superbike-Coach Corporation, with another episode of the conversion of a 2024 V4R to a track bike. And yeah, it's right now I'm trying finding time because I'm waiting desperately right now on the windshield. So I can finish up the upper part of the fairing, getting this all done, and then literally counting down the days, and so I can finish this up before my gig in Laguna Seca, where we're gonna reveal the bike. So that's that's at least the plan. I only believe it when I see it. So, but I'm very excited about it because I have a gig on a track drill 1-on-4 in Laguna on 8/31st, and then I actually canceled 9/1, so the following day, as another 1-on-4. There were people already signed up for, but I canceled all of them because I will take this day just for myself and the bike, just to set it up, just to get to know it and all that. And yeah, I'm not going for lap times or anything like that, but I want to ride it. I want to do this for myself, and then because that will be literally a track day for myself, I would say in the last 25 years, just for myself. Otherwise, I'm just working with people, and I just need this, or it's just time for that. So my plan for today is just to get some measures here, the weight savings we found, we made, and I can tell you it's going to be huge. The scale I'm having only goes to 11 pounds, so I will have to do the math here. I will convert it also to kilograms. I'm still living in the metrics. I mean, but hey, that's how it is, and that's what we do. So I'll show you the boxes. So what we have in here are 3 boxes so far. Okay, this box here is full of parts, bolts, evap parts cut off kind of thing, stock stuff, mirrors, and all that stuff, which got removed from the bike. So 100% removal of the bike. Okay, so one thing is missing here, and that is that funny Christmas tree which comes out that far, and then there are blinkers on, and the license plate, the holder, and whatnot. So that is not in the box. That was not coming with the bike. So I don't know what the weight is on this one. So I have margin to round up the numbers, right? Even including the box here. This is insignificant. So let's see what that does, how much weight this is. All right, so let's turn on that thing. It's 0. There's 0 right there. All right, my guess is, oh man, this is beyond. Oh, well, actually not. Okay, so because that scale goes only to 11 pounds. So we're looking at beyond 7 pounds of weight saving. 7 pounds. That stuff right there. So I will note this down, and then we're moving on to these boxes, because these boxes are all replaced parts with lighter stuff, and that is the lights, etc. The side stand. There's what, I don't even remember what that was. Oh yeah, the rear light and all that stuff, brake rotor and all that. So, as well as this one, plastic parts turned to carbon and all that stuff. So this stuff here, these 2 boxes, is weight saving by half, 50%. I would say at least because also here there are like real heavy stuff in there, like the sprocket, front rear sprocket, etc. All the hardware, which got replaced to stuff which is even lighter than that, even more than 50% than that. So also here, I'm sure I have margin to round up, even including those boxes. But hey, we don't want to be counting, what's that called? Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. So let's see what that does. Okay, so we have box number 2. That's 50% of weight drop, and this is 8 pounds right there. 8 pounds, just that stuff. So we bring this down to paper and move on to the next one. Okay, so the last box is, yeesh, 10, what's that? Almost 11 pounds. That's kilograms. Almost 5 kilograms. Yeah. Oh, that's called as 11 pounds, huh? So, let's move on. So, I did the math here, and that is actually very, very interesting. So, when we, and you'll see, we have here 100% saving of 7 pounds. Those two numbers are going down by 50%. So that makes it together, that makes this 19 at a 50%. So that's 9.5 pounds of weight saving, equals about 4.5 kilograms. And then the minus 7, 100%. That makes it 16.5 pounds, 7.5 kilograms in weight saving. That doesn't sound much. Now here's the interesting part, right? A stock V4R is dry, 379 pounds. And this custom V4R makes it down to 362.5 pounds. That doesn't sound much, but when you compare that to the probably lightest, or one of the lightest sport bikes money can buy, a Ninja 400, is heavier. Good, on the curb with gas, but just that, picture that small bike compared to this beast. I mean, when you just look at it, it looks and it feels double the size, double the weight. It's lighter than a Ninja 400 at about a 240 horsepower. Man, picture that. Try to understand that this is pure corner speed. Right? Weight drop is pure corner speed. Later braking, earlier throttle, more top end, more acceleration. That's what all this is. Yeah, I'm not the lightest guy. I'm an old fat guy, but I can now add a lot of pizza to it before I catch up with that. You know, this is some significant shit. So materials been used in stock bikes are just to hold on and saving money for the manufacturers, which is not a crime. I'm not blaming them. I mean, this is compared to race bikes, especially high-level race bikes. Let's talk about production racers first. This is all titanium, magnesium, aluminum. So that stuff doesn't have to hold that much, and nobody asks for liability. So nobody asks me for liability, so I'm doing what I can do. So for comparison, okay, when you look at production racers, then you, for example, MotoGP 250 Grand Prix bikes, that is a fighting weight of 95 kilograms. So about what, 180 pounds or what? Something like that. Just imagine what that means. And those bikes, they had a horsepower of about 100, 110. That means a 250, if a 250 would have a liter, then it gets it more than 400 horsepower at a 95 kilograms. That's unimaginable for Joe. But that's not even comparable to a decent sport 250 you could buy, which has something around the 50, 60 horsepower at a what? Probably double the weight. No, this is a like a 250 Grand Prix bike is still hard to beat on the lap times with a 600 with a Moto 2 race bike. Just picture that. And that's mainly because of its weight. Not even so much about horsepower. So now when you look at MotoGP, modern MotoGP bikes, then you get to see a lot of titanium. I mean, really high level materials, engine parts, which doesn't have to hold long. You know, they got to hold up for what, a race, you know, maybe 3 races. And that's it, and they're getting swapped. Carbon rotors. Oh my God, this is an endless story, endless loads of money, engineering, and it's not just the parts; it's the engineering, the development, R&D. So materials you can't even if you have the money, you can't even buy. They only go to hand-picked teams, satellite teams, MotoGP satellite teams. These are the parts they're getting throughout the season, developed by the manufacturer, and then, of course, they're paying a lot of money for that. You have no clue. And then tested by the test riders, by the manufacturers before they then go to satellite teams, for example, or in their own bikes, in their own factory race teams like Bayana, Honda, HRC, and whatnot. So the good stuff stays with the manufacturers, stays with the factory teams, and then secondarily the satellite teams. So that's how this is. Yeah, this is weight is a huge subject. And if you ever go into your project, that should be top on your list. So, because that is, as I said, corner speed, later braking, early acceleration, and all that stuff. Really cool, right? And the way I did this here on this bike is relatively, like budget-wise, easy to do. Now you literally look into every part, every module on the bike, what you can do within your range. Means budget-wise, time-wise, and all that stuff. And then also, of course, consider the livability of these parts, right? If you swap to way lighter sprocket kits like front sprocket, rear sprocket, chain, and all that, your expectation should not be that you're running 3-4 seasons with this thing. It's like this is a seasonal thing. And then here and there, you look into bolts you replaced into titanium or aluminum, where you know that won't hold for long, you know. And then you check on them, replace them, and all that. So it's kind of an ongoing thing in the end. But I'm having fun with this, so I'm enjoying that. So nothing is wrong with that, I believe. But you might have another opinion. I don't care. But hey, that's what I do. See ya. Yeah, finally, the windshield has arrived, and that's the actually the only one I wanted. You guys might remember the bike. There was a Twitch windshield on, which was like that tall and that thin from the front. So like a fancy windshield, which was way too high, something I don't know to show off, or I don't know. And it was a tinted one. That's a no go. So that's a racing windshield, freshly from Italy, and then that's what most Italian, most superbike teams are using. And so for me, so it's wider here. You get literally the entire helmet pack down there, and it's not too high. It's not too small. This one is, I believe, 3 centimeter higher than the original, which is too low, right? But there's a too big, and that's not what I want. It takes things out of shape. It's needless, and it's also heavier. So, although I gotta say, in this case, it's not so much about weight, but about the shape, and that is hopefully perfectly with the upper fairing in proportion. Am I saying that right? I don't know. Maybe you give me a correction on with your comment. So I will put that on. Unfortunately, I can't show you that, or I don't want to show you the upper fairing once it's mounted, because as you know, I want to keep this as a surprise. The total look of the bike with the new design last. So you gotta wait it out. All right, man. I literally spent all morning to drop that ugly exhaust. I mean, that was like, fuck. So, all this is gone. That whole catalytic converter shit. And it's right here. And this thing is incredibly heavy. I mean, you can hear it already, how heavy it is. Good God. I mean, this was like beyond being a pain in the ass. This, I even don't know how I made it. It was just about to give up, but I didn't, right? I mean, it was horrible. I tried every trick with a ratchet strap, pulling it out. I mean, this had to come out first. Otherwise you can't go anywhere, right? And then coming from there, had to pull it out this way, and it got stuck there because since this is out, then this is cricket, and then that ankle doesn't make that really easy. So I was using a mallet hammer, going from side to side, and slammed the shit out of it. I mean, really. I actually fucked up that mallet hammer. Good God. So, I mean, it's not really dirty down there, but I will clean it all up, of course. And then waiting for Monday to come, because that is what the tracking number says, that goddamn exhaust is arriving. Oh man. So hopefully I'll be done by Wednesday, when it arrives, if it arrives. But it looks good so far. So yesterday I took all the weights. You might remember that from the other video. Maybe that doesn't matter. So I forgot actually to calculate this in, and I'm looking forward to see what that weight is. I'll leave it here in the garage and waiting for the new exhaust. We can make weight comparison, and see where that goes. But this here is huge. I mean, this is heat, power, weight, all of it together. I can't wait to have this bike started and hear the new sound and all that. Yeah, I hope you stay tuned and you are excited as I am.